Hey guys, it's been about, I think 3 weeks or 2 weeks since my last, no, it's totally been like 3 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks since my last video. That was the 100 subscriber special. Thank you to all the new subscribers. It means a bunch. I have a lot planned and I'm really excited to start working on YouTube again. You know, it's just a hobby, and because of that, you know, I just kind of work on it on and off, and I'm really grateful to have you guys who understand that. So obviously, yeah. So what are we talking about today? So if you saw the title of the video, it's going to be something like PC ports, unofficial PC ports, something like that. I don't know. That it may not even be called that. You'll see whenever it goes up. But I pretty much just wanted to talk about decompilation and recompilation and pretty much like unofficial PC ports and stuff like that. And I'm really excited to talk about it because these are some things I've been like messing with while I was working on videos, not working on videos. Just this time in between my last video to now, I've been playing with these and some other games, which I'm gonna do another video about games I've been playing part 2. I had a part 1 earlier where I talked about a specific genre, but the next video is just going to be about just games I've been playing in general. And I had a bunch of these games in that list, but then I decided this would be better for a different kind of video. And so I decided to do that. So what are we talking about? Unofficial PC ports. So these are known as like recompilation and decompilation. It's when a group of people typically come together and they take the source code from an old video game and they re-engineer it to work on PCs, and it's pretty much just a port. And right now we have the Ocarine of Time port, the Majora's Mask port, we have a Super Metroid port, we have a Star Fox 64 port, and we have a Link to the Past port as well. I know there's a bunch more, and the biggest port that we have that is the craziest is the Sonic Unleashed port, which I'll be showing at the end because of how amazing it is. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about these. So starting with the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, if you guys don't know, I used to be a huge Zelda fan, a massive Zelda fan. Like, I made theories, I did all these things. I love Zelda. I used to. I'm not really big into it anymore, but it's like cemented itself in my heart and mind as like the adventure game. For me, when someone says it's an adventure game, I immediately think Zelda. That's why I clicked so well with Darksiders. That's why I clicked so well with Dark Souls, is because it's based on Legend of Zelda, and to me, that's home. You know, Ocarina of Time, I played this game so many times. I mean, more times than you can probably count on both your hands and feet. I love Ocarina of Time. It is my favorite adventure game from my childhood, and it'll always be that, just permanently. I plan on doing a video on it in the future, but this port is literally everything I ever could have wanted. So I usually play Ocarina of Time on my N64. I have a RetroTink 2X Pro, and I have a N64 and an original 1.0 cartridge, so it's got all the chants and stuff in it, if you know what that is. And that way I can play on my modern TV, properly upscaled. You know, it's great and all, but it's not convenient. I also have a CRT TV that my PS2 is plugged into that I'll just switch out with my N64 with S-Video. S-Video is like a better version of composite. This is all nerdy stuff that I used to be into. That is also not convenient. And so when I heard about the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time port to PC, I was kind of hesitant because usually these things are shitty. This one is not. It's by a team called Ship of Harkadian, I think is what it's called. At least that's what the project's called. And it is fantastic. I've just been playing the randomizer. That's why Link has like a black tunic and his sword is like changing colors. I'm really bad at it. I've been wanting to stream, so if you guys would be down, just tell me the best day. I'll try and do a stream of Ocarina of Time randomizer, and we can do that together. You guys can, you know, have fun. We can all talk. You know, if you guys want to, I don't mind. I've been wanting to try and stream, but anyway. So in this base installation of Ocarina of Time PC port, you get the base game, so the standard Ocarina of Time game, and then you get a randomizer and a boss rush. Now, I've just been playing the randomizer I haven't like played the standard game yet. Same goes for Majora's Mask, but it's really fun, and it's pretty much anything you'd want out of an Ocarina of Time PC port. You can mod it, you can customize Link's tunic to be any color you want. You can, I mean, it's just awesome. And the whole game's here, there's no strings attached, it runs well. And apparently I've seen some people say that it runs great on even like their 6-year-old school laptop. You know, I mean, you're talking about a game that came out in 1998. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really have to run much, and it looks great too. The same can also be said for the Majora's Mask PC port. I have not played this one as much, but that's because I'm saving it because I actually want to do a complete playthrough again. So yeah, like I said, I think I said it about the Ocarina of Time game, but I am probably going to be doing a video on both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask at some point. Don't know when. These games are very special to me, so I don't know. I'll see what happens. But yeah, the Majora's Mask one is just as good. Highly recommend it, and it's so easy to install. It's literally a drag and drop. You can find videos on YouTube that help you. I didn't even really need one after I installed the Majora's Mask one. I already knew what to do with the Ocarina of Time one, so like I said, super easy to do, looks great. There's so many settings, and you don't even have to mess with anything because like right out of the box it looks pretty good. But I just recommend like bumping up your internal resolution and the frame rate. But yeah, you can pretty much make it look however you want. You make it look like the N64, you can make it look like a 60 fps 4K texture. You know, you install texture packs and whatnot, so it's completely customizable. Now before we move on to the Super Metroid, if anybody knows how to install the Super Mario 64 decompilation, please send me a video because it's so confusing and I've messed it up so many times. I don't even know how to do it. Just so weird because all the other decompilations are like drag and drops. I mean, some of them aren't, but you know, most of them are. So I mean, it's really awkward how Super Mario 64 is pretty hard to, you know, get up and running. But anyways, so the Super Metroid port is really good. I actually had this on my old computer before I got the new one, and it runs great as well. Like obviously these all run great. They're literally being re-engineered, reworked to run natively on a computer. So I mean, obviously they're going to run great, but this one runs even better than the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask ones. And I don't know if that's just because it's an older game and it doesn't have to load 3D assets, and I'm probably just tripping, but I mean, it runs really well, and I actually beat the game and it feels great. The input lag is like non-existent, and it's just fantastic. And this is also just a drag and drop. There's a Discord server. If you literally just look up Super Metroid PC port, it'll take you to the GitHub page, and it has their Discord server, and you can just join it there, and then people there will help you install it. They're super nice. But you literally just install the installer, get your ROM from like, you know, obviously legal ways, and then you just drop it in and it auto finds it, and then boom, it recompiles it into a desktop icon. Now you have to select a custom icon. I already selected custom icons for mine, and that's super easy. You can look up like a YouTube tutorial on that. But yeah, it's great, and it's so awesome. It's like having an official Nintendo game on PC. And the same people who made the Super Metroid one didn't just make a Super Metroid port, they actually made a Link to the Past port and a Super Mario World port. They're working on that one, and I think I forgot to mention it, but the Ocarina of Time and Zelda Majora's Mask ones, they also made a Star Fox 64. But yeah, for the Super Nintendo games, they also have the same people who made the Super Metroid. They also have the Zelda 3 or Link to the Past, and they're working on Super Mario World. So get excited for that because it's awesome. And I've actually played a little bit of both, and they're great. That was on my old computer, but not on the new one. But finally, to wrap this video up, before I just talk about some little things, we obviously have to talk about the Sonic Unleashed port, because it is the definition of what we can expect going forward, what these ports are going to look like, and it's spectacular. Right from boot up, it has custom menus in the style of Sonic Unleashed. You can fully customize it. You can have it like with like the shaders from the Xbox version, the loading screens from the Xbox version, or you can do the PlayStation version of the game, and it is really cool. And on the gameplay side of things, Unleashed has quite literally never looked better. I mean, it runs like a charm. It is super smooth. There's like no input lag. So, I mean, you're like hitting it. The best part about Sonic Unleashed is it makes you feel like Sonic. And this game on PC makes you feel like even more like Sonic because there's no input delay. So you're just like sliding under crevices. You're hitting the right buttons at the right times. It's awesome. I used to love Sonic. I was obsessed with Sonic. I even got to interview the lead singer to Crush 40 with a few of my friends. I was a huge Sonic fan. And so getting to see Sonic Unleashed run on PC natively is awesome, you know, years later after I've kind of like grown out of Sonic and whatnot, you know, but absolutely love this port. This one's probably one of the easiest ones to put together too. So literally just look up how to play Sonic Unleashed decompiled, and there's like bunches of videos going in depth. I mean, it's awesome. So if you like, literally, this is one of the best times to get into retro games because you obviously have emulators and those are getting way better. But now you have these decompilations where you don't even have to have an emulator. All you have to do is dump a ROM or find a ROM, we'll put it that way, you know, and then just drag and drop in, and it works great. And this is so much better. It will always be better than official ports because, like, for example, the Galaxy of Games, Resident Evil, and Dino Crisis ports are crap unless you mod them. Like, they're great for game preservation because of mods, but if it weren't for mods, they'd be terrible. Same goes for the Devil May Cry HD collection. Same goes for the Metal Gear Solid HD collection thing they did. It's a shame, honestly, but you know, it is what it is. But with these ports, I mean, you're talking about the floodgate is open and people are going to start, you know, doing so much. There are a few games I want to see get ported. The first one I want to see get ported, and it's actually currently getting decompiled, is Symphony of the Night. I follow this guy. His name is Made Up of Wires on YouTube, and every day, pretty much every day, not every day, but pretty much every day, he streams himself decompiling Symphony of the Night, and it's so fun to watch. I don't even know what's going on, but I just get excited thinking about the fact that, hey, one of these days I'm going to get to play Symphony of the Night natively on PC, and that's pretty cool. In the future, I'd like to see Wind Waker get ported, Twilight Princess get ported. I'd like to see some Game Boy games. I know those are like so easy to emulate, but like Super Mario Tennis Power Tour is probably one of my favorite childhood games ever. It was the first video game I ever bought with my own money when I was a kid, and I would just like to be able to have like a little desktop icon. I can just click it and boom, just be playing it. But you know, emulation's fine right now. Emulation's great, but this is really exciting to think about. You know, two other games I want to see get ported so bad are Pikmin 1 and 2. I never cared about Pikmin. I am not really a Nintendo gamer. Once I like turned like 16 years ago, I was just like, I don't really, you know, play Nintendo like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't really play Nintendo like that anymore. But it was so funny because literally like 2 years ago, I finally gave Pikmin a try, which my pastor at my old church, like years ago, I was like 12, he gave me a bunch of GameCube games that he had or whatever, that somebody gave him at the time because they were moving and they didn't want to keep it, and he liked games. But he was like, do you want these? And I was like, sure. And you know, I was focused on Sonic Adventure 2, Battle, Smash Brothers Melee, which I had when I was way younger, but I had lost the disc, so I was excited to get that again. And then, you know, Mario Sunshine, obviously, I love that game. And Pikmin was there, and I never thought to try it. And then so you fast forward a bunch of years, and then next thing you know, I love Pikmin because I just gave it a try one time. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I want to see that get ported. It would be really cool to see Pikmin get ported because I'd probably be playing it all the time. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys are interested in any of these ports, literally just look them up on YouTube. They're so easy, the instructions, and you get a really cool version of the game that runs natively and you don't have to worry about anything. So yeah, it's really awesome. If any of you guys know how to install the Mario 64 one, please let me know down below. I would like to get to play that one. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.